Hi everyone, welcome to my review podcast Omar Says. South superstar Ajit की फिल्म बेदलम देखी है? उसमें there is a much mimified scene of him almost sobbing and pleading for his life, and next minute grinning evilly and ready to smash the bad guys. Abigail from Universal Pictures has a 9-year-old child star who can do that even better. She pleads for her life when she's kidnapped by a group of professional kidnappers, and next minute she bites their necks off with blood flying everywhere. She's a vampire and needs the blood of innocence to survive. After a long time, a vampire film appears and is super cool and super entertaining, and it's as slick as a victim sliding on a pool of blood. And while she's sucking blood and torturing her victims, she dances to Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake 2 like Nina, Pretty Ballerina. Should you watch Abigail? I will tell you, but listen with your necks insured. A gang of trained criminals and professionals is hired by one Lambert to kidnap 9-year-old Abigail and get her to a gloomy, secluded old mansion. They are to receive 50 million big ones within 24 hours. In the meantime, the usual escape room meets whodunit games, rules of no real names, no backstories, and no cell phones fall into effect. But when they suspect that the kidnappee's father is a brutal and dreaded criminal, Christophe Lazare, they want to cut out, except for one small problem. The house is locked down with windows and doors locked and boarded up. Now they are stuck. But then they realize that this was the lesser of their problems. The bigger issue is how to save their necks, literally. Abigail is a ballerina vampire and is ready to feast on the assorted blood types that night. With conflicts and disagreements within the group and a cool vampire kid on the prowl in a massive house, the stage is set for blood, gore, and plenty of insides out. And I don't mean the animated movie about emotions. Abigail is a stylized, bloody, high-concept film that makes vampires cool again. Here is just fear ruling as the group has to survive the night and the bite. One of the characters in the movie asks, what kind of vampire is she? The Anne Rice kind or the Twilight kind? I tell them shush, it's just the blood-sucking kind, but most have already lost their heads. The cast of Abigail is an ensemble star-studded roster of characters from horror, B films and series. The standout name being the currently reigning Scream Queen, Melissa Barrera of Scream 5 and 6 fame. She starred in Bed Rest and Your Monster 2. Melissa is a darling of genre lovers and they will watch it for her. She has a strong presence and delivers what's asked of her in this movie where she is the final girl but she is not the main character. Her role is not very finely sketched out and her dialogues and punchlines could have been better. But Melissa is Melissa and all hail the Scream Queen. She rules. Dan Stevens plays the foul-mouthed team leader who is power-hungry. He does a great job as the man who's ready to take on Abigail. Kevin Durant plays the dimwit Mr. Muscle who's worked in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Legion, and he spends the entire movie trying to figure out why someone calls their gang rats, not getting the Rat Pack reference of course. Catherine Newton is the gadget freak who hacks into the home computer systems and even traffic signals to get the job done. You will remember her as the murderous serial killer in Freaky with Vince Vaughn and recently as Lisa Frankenstein. Quite big on the horror scene, she's delightful. The credits pay a rest in peace tribute to actor Angus Cloud who passed away last year at age 25. His most recent works being the Garfield movie and Freaky Tales. His role as the bummed out getaway car driver was decent. John Good has a small but important role as crime boss Lazare, a very Kaiser Soze character from Usual Suspects. If you steal from Lazare, he gets you. Get the spiel? Superstar of the film is Abigail herself, the 9-year-old vampire played by Alisha Weir, who's known for Matilda the Musical and Wicked Little Letters. This actress of Scottish origin is a superstar talent indeed. She can emote, she can act, she can dance. Her dialogue delivery is impeccable. She's a phenomenal artist and she carries this movie on her little shoulders. Of course, she's a little chapply also, asking for pinky promises when she's threatening to kill. This girl is a sensation and she makes Abigail what it is. Remember a super cool stylized movie called Ready or Not in 2019 where a new bride has to survive getting killed at the hands of a psychotic family? Well, the directors Tyler Gillette and Matt Bettincelli, who call themselves Radio Silence, are back to direct this one. They are masters of this genre and especially after Scream 6 and Scream 7 they proved their stylish storytelling. They take this movie to another level, and they are the new stars of the horror genre and truly make Abigail a slick watch. If you're a genre fan, you simply must watch Abigail. It's stylized, it's cool, it's got a mix of Swan Lake ballet music and fab headbanging music too. Melissa Barrera is one reason, and Alisha Weir is the main reason. This film makes the newbie, boring vampires cool again. It's funny, it's bloody, it's fab. The Universal monsters have a brand new terror, Abigail. I loved it. So will you. Wanna bite? I rate Abigail 4 stars.